everyone, it's Tia Mambretta. Welcome back to my channel. I've been getting so much questions, so I decided to put out this content where I'll be discussing, by the title of this video, the pros and or cons of trucking. So as you guys know, I've been driving trucks for about a year now, so I think I have a pretty good range of experience to discuss a topic like this. And I definitely think this is important to know because a lot of YouTubers, including myself, when we start these channels regarding trucking, we definitely tap into like all the stuff we love about trucking. So I think it's important to know the pros and the cons. So in this video, we're gonna discuss the pros, and then stay tuned for the next video. Definitely subscribe so that you can see the cons. So because I didn't want to keep this video too long, I just want to make it short and sweet. I only wrote down a list of 5 pros and 5 cons. The first pro of trucking that I'll say is definitely that the job is essential. And I'm not just talking about essential in the terms of, coronavirus essential. I'm talking about like the fact that this is a job that's always going to be needed. When you think of it, everything you own, this phone that I'm holding, the ring light that I'm using, this fix-it spray, everything comes from, whether it be overseas or manufactured in the US, is going to move on a truck, and it's even going to be broken down to your home on a truck. So that delivery driver, the USPS or the Amazon, they're technically truck drivers, okay? So everything moves on a truck. It is essential. It is a job that's always hiring. It's always gonna be needed. I don't think there's any more ways to break that down. The job is essential, so that's a great thing to look at. This industry is not going anywhere, and I don't think truckers get enough credit because like they say, like, we keep America moving or whatever. Number 2, okay, so this job requires no degree, but you get good to above average pay. No, I'm gonna repeat that again. No degree, is purely skill. So what I'm trying to say is, most people, we're taught that we have to go to school for a degree to get good pay. So you do have to go to trucking school. I mentioned that in my first video. However, all right, your CDL only takes like 4 weeks. So imagine taking 4 to 6 weeks to change your life around from, I don't know, the minimum wage to getting anywhere from 40,000 to, I want to say, 60,000 a year, and that's average. Okay, so to give you guys perspective on like the ranges, of course there are some companies that pay very low. The lowest I've seen is about like the $30,000 ranges, and I've spoken to people that get very low pay with certain companies, and but I want to say the average starting out is gonna range from like 40 to 50,000 a year, and when you gain experience you start to get into like the 60s and 70s. But I honestly think that if you're in like the high 70s and up, that's considered high pay for a trucking job, especially if you're working for a company and not working for yourself. I really want to elaborate that this is based solely on skill. All right, it's based solely on performance. You pretty much get paid for what you do. So because trucking school only takes about 4 weeks, it is a pretty quick industry to get into. You're not training for super long. Training is like 4 weeks average. So things like that makes it a really good industry to consider. It's based on skill. You don't need a degree. Getting your CDL does not take long at all, and your training does not take long at all, and you're gonna get good pay when it's over with. 2 months is really no time for a job that's gonna pay you above average with no degree. Get what I'm saying? Number 3, you have freedom in your job. And I know this sounds strange, but this job is the first job that I've ever had where I felt most free. Like, I've had more time to do other things. Like, I don't know if it's because I'm like confined to the walls of this truck that I feel like after I'm done driving, like, I have other things to do. I don't know if it's because I'm not distracted by like other people around me or whatever, but I personally feel like I have so much more freedom. you know, as a truck driver, to do other things with my life. There is no micromanaging. There is no micromanaging. I listen, a fleet manager has probably called me 5 times, if that, and the only time that I really speak to them is over like the communication device. It's like a little tablet we have in our truck, where they send us our loads, and if you have a problem, then you communicate on that device. But other than that, nobody's calling my phone, hey, where you at, what you doing? Nobody's looking over my shoulder, are you doing this now, when, this time, when I say so. Like, no micromanaging is such an underrated blessing in this industry, I believe. And whew, it's like, it just feels free. Like I said, you got freedom. Like I said, I have time for other things. So if you don't know, outside of trucking, obviously I have my YouTube channel that I'm pretty consistent with. I have my trading career. I trade in the foreign exchange market, and I'm building a business doing that on the side, you know, and as well as my brand, The Bandit Collective. So these are all things that I'm able to do while still maintaining a job that is a 70-hour work week. Okay, so like, really think about that. Like, I mean, I also don't have any kids. I don't have much friends that I cater to, or family, or, you know, or relationships. So I mean, that factor might vary for most people, but definitely I've had 70-hour work weeks, probably working the 3 jobs I had in Philadelphia, and maybe it is probably more so of a mindset thing, because I feel more comfortable in this role, as to why I feel like I have freedom. But I don't know, suddenly, even though I'm always busy, I have the time to do things that I actually want to do, and that is very important to me. And I think that's why so many people are like, you seem happier these days. It's like, I'm living a life that I want to live. I mean, it's not perfect, for granted, that, like I said, there are cons, but I don't know, like, what the hell. In terms of freedom, I will say, within this role, because you don't have anybody managing you, like, that's right there looking at you to do what and when and how, you do get to manage your time on your own, of course within restrictions. So how it sort of works is like, as long as you can get your load delivered on time, as long as you pick up and deliver on time, your manager kind of doesn't care what you do. I take my breaks when I feel like, you know, all that good stuff. Like, you're required to take a 30-minute break, so you kind of have a clock that's micromanaging you. You're required to take a 10-hour sleep break, so that's really the only thing that's managing you, that's gonna be like, hey, do this right now. But other than that, it's like totally open and totally free. Like, you could kind of maneuver how you want, as long as you get the job done. Like, and that's that. Number 4, there is so much opportunity in this industry, y'all. If you have not checked out my types of positions video, you guys should check it out. It goes over like all the types of positions that are offered in the trucking industry, and it kind of breaks it down in like a supply chain type of way, like why it's important and how and what and when. To kind of simply put it in this video, the positions that are offered can vary to suit your lifestyle. So majority of people start off over the road, you know, and you're gonna be out on the road all of the time, but we do have positions that could cater to your family life. There are companies that actually cater to your family life, and you know, so forth, like, but it just varies. It varies on a company, it varies on a position, but there is a lot of opportunity. And I think what opened the opportunity more for people coming into trucking is now that they have like the automatic transmissions. you're not restricted to learning to drive a manual or being afraid to, you know, drive manual. There are automatic trucks, and like I said in previous videos, automatics is like the new wave of this industry. They're all transferring over to like the newer trucks are all gonna be automatics. I don't think any of the larger companies are buying any more manuals, so I think that in itself is an opportunity. It makes it a lot easier, it makes it more enticing for people to want to come into this industry. I don't know how else to break that down. There is so much opportunity just in the types of jobs you can get, and the fact that there's an easier way to drive with the automatic transmissions. Last but not least, number 5, travel. I normally do not consider this heavily because again, I think this is one of those things that varies by the individual. But if you're one of those people that are looking into trucking, you know, for travel, I'll actually go into elaborate on it, because I have seen some very cool places as a result of this job, and you know, had authentic Mexican food and stuff like that because of this job. And I probably would not have thought to go to like the mountains in Washington and Oregon, or I probably would have not thought to drive, you know, through Colorado or things like that and see like the scenery. You know, like the leaves in certain places during the fall are more vibrant than they are on the East Coast. You know, like California has the best sunsets, things like that. Like, it's just the travel. If you're into travel, you do get that luxury in a sense, but it varies by individual. So why do I say that? First of all, me personally, I just do my job. I really do not stop anywhere and go out and explore. But what I do see is within my limitations of what's on the road, what's on the highway. So yeah, you are going to see different places, but it's not like you're actually exploring and experiencing a place. And I'm not saying that you can't, because I have, and I'm gonna get into that. But it varies. So if you're the type of person like, yo, I'm just out here getting my money, you are still gonna experience, you know, that travel type vibe of experiencing or just seeing something new or something that you're not used to. So now I said that you can go into, like, you can really explore different places if you want to. And this, I did this when I was driving teams. My teammate was from Chicago and I lived in Philadelphia, so obviously the company was not like, we're not gonna split y'all up so y'all could go home. So we decided we would share our home time. At one point we go in Chicago, and the next point we go in Philadelphia, and that way, that's how we worked it out. What I can say is, as far when you are over the road, because you are literally everywhere across the US, you could kind of request your home time anywhere. Like, the fleet manager has asked us where we want our home time. I got the opportunity to visit Chicago. I would have never visited Chicago if my teammate was not from Chicago, and I got to experience a week off in someplace new. I definitely explored. I took pictures. I had some of their amazing pizza. Okay, oh my god, pizza is not pizza. Pizza does not make sense if it is not a Chicago deep dish. Okay, seriously, like, that pizza makes sense. Like, that is what pizza is supposed to be. Okay, but just little things like that. If you are over the road, I don't know, but I don't think any other accounts obviously would let you do this, but if you are over the road, you could kind of request for your home time to be anywhere if your company allows that. And my company did. So it's really up to you, like, how you could make this a lifestyle. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Those are some of the pros that I've noticed as far as the trucking industry. If you are a truck driver, I know some of you do come to my channel and you comment. Definitely leave out some of the pros that you think that I missed that you enjoy as far as trucking, and let some of the other people that are interested in trucking know. If you agree or disagree with anything, let me know. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna argue with you, but to each his own. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely like and comment and subscribe so that you guys could catch the cons of trucking in the next video. Bye.